Now joining us to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from all around the world are Arise news analysts Emmanuel Afeni and Dayo Shobowale. Mr. Emmanuel Afeni.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Cynthia. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, we start the review with this day Nigeria's newspaper of record. We start with the story above the lead story. Tinubu to Talon. Our countries are conjoined twins held together at hip. Flays lack of development signage between Nigeria and Benin Republic. Benin president advocates free movement of people's goods. Yes, the president of the Benin Republic was being received by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday. Patrice Talon. And of course, the way Nigeria and Benin seem to be, I think this is an apt...
We are brothers.
Yes.
But for colonialism, separated us.
Because the other day I was trying to locate one of these Yoruba kingdoms, Oragon Fila. And I was told that kingdom is in the Republic of Benin.
That's right. It's colonialism.
But
that Yoruba is Adago.
But we have to be careful about how, because they're asking for free trade. Because a situation where... Yes, a situation where all kinds of goods are dumped from foreign countries into the Republic of Benin, and they just slip into Nigeria, then that in itself is a problem. And but I think the relationship should be looked at. I don't mind having Nigerian manufacturers relocating to Benin, or setting up part of their operations in Benin. Then, of course. But for foreign goods to be dumped in Benin and they just slip into Nigeria, I think that one is a no-no. These are the fine details of the whatever arrangement we have to put together going forward as a country. Two countries, yeah.
We can never free, no matter how close, historically, culturally, we can't have free border with them. It is not in our interest. Because we must have revenue from our border business. You must have revenue.
Yes.
And then you have said it, if they are less relaxed in monitoring their own imports, we should not allow this place to be a dumping ground. It's a matter of monitoring. That's why we have customs, that's why we have immigration. That's their duty.
So these are the fine details that must be worked out. Now,
it's not open border.
Yeah, the story just above the masthead. Following GSK's exit, P&G moved to leave Nigeria.
That one is a big one.
Yes. And in fact, if P&G eventually closed shop, 5,000 people will lose their jobs.
P&G, so consumer products.
Yes.
So it tells you that in those days,
the state of our economy, and these are the things...
They say they want to turn us into import zone.
The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to quickly deal with, because companies closing shop and leaving the country, it's not a good sign. If you are wooing investors from all over the world, and the foreign companies that are here are leaving, then it's like your effort will just be like a wasted effort.
You see,
because
the came out.
Yes.
Compared us with Argentina. You know, Argentina, see, the inflation is so high. I think by now they're using the dollar as their currency, because their own currency is like zero compared to the dollar. So and these people said Nigeria, Argentina, they have put us in the same boat. Wow. And that they will only bring imports here.
But it's a fantastic opportunity for local manufacturers if they're able to get the investment to fill the gaps.
That is if
the enabling environment.
No, that is if local manufacturers are not facing the same problem.
That's right.
They are also facing the same problem, the environment.
Yes. Well, taxation, multiple taxation, and so many
infrastructure
even to
power,
no power, insecurity.
So these are the things the president must deal with at home. Why shopping for investment abroad?
Yes.
Well, let's look at the lead story there. Supreme Court to hit full complement as NJC recommends appointment of 11 justices. Abiru, Shomani, Adasanki Uwa, Nwosu Yeheme, 5 others make list. Of course, that is also the lead story. The story is also on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Supreme Court, 11 justices scale NJC's hurdle, await Tinubu's nod. In fact, you can see the photograph of the the 11 justices that have been penciled down to move to the apex court.
Fantastic news.
Well, yeah, it's good because a situation when 10 people are doing the job meant for over 21 then that in itself is stress par excellence. And I think with this, once the president gives his nod, then we'll have the full complement of the justices at the Supreme Court level, and the burden will be lessened, and we hope that will mean speed for justice at that level. Now, of course, the lead story of the Punch newspaper, Kaduna village bombings. Protesters storm National Assembly. Amnesty International threatens suit. Death reached 127. Protesters condemn killings. United Nations urges military to protect civilians. PDP asks Tinubu to declare national mourning. Victims may demand 29 billion naira. If we lost 127 persons in this kind of circumstance, and we are not declaring a national mourning,
so now, see,
I mean,
it's a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing that I agree with you totally.
Has to be done.
I hope the president will look at this very seriously, right?
And they should find a way of stopping these mistakes. They are fatal mistakes.
Very costly. Very costly.
It's not something you can just say we are sorry and then you move on. The dead people don't rise again.
No. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper, the lead story, zero allocation for Mambila Power Project in 2024 budget.
Mambila.
Ministry gets 400 million naira for conferences. And they're not putting any money in Mambila project. Senators vow to query minister
Mambila Plateau.
His plot to emasculate our region, Northern Elders Forum, says federal government not ready to address energy crisis. Yes, because there's been this power projects located in Mambila, which has been under construction almost forever. So you expect that
like the
a government that wants to deal with the power crisis will take a serious look at that project and perhaps vote some money for that, so that over time, that project will be completed and it will add to the national grid in terms of
they are
power.
abandoning it.
But here is the budget. The minister did not even think of that, yet there is 400 million for conferences. Conferences on what?
For the military?
No, that is the the power ministry. The
conferences to discuss the power project that didn't get an allocation.
Perhaps to attend conferences in major cities of the world.
Brainstorm.
To woo investors.
Okay. We know how to woo investors. Okay, just above the mast, above the lead story there in Daily Trust, Gaza war may aggravate threats to international peace.
Of course.
UN Secretary General warns. Of course, the situation in Gaza still very dire.
But I admire the UN Secretary General.
Yes.
He has been trying to say the right things. That must be fairness.
Yes.
There must be fairness.
Yes.
I'm sure the Western nations who support Israel will be looking for a way for him to make mistake and remove him.
Well,
get me? But he's a man I like. Yes. I respect his integrity.
It's not only the UN Secretary General that is saying the right thing.
UN. But he is.
No, I know. I agree with you. I agree with you. But I just want to add that even the Catholic Pontiff, Pope Francis, came out to say that, look, you don't fight terror with terror. Because what Israel is doing now in Gaza is state terrorism. Killing people who are not part of...
Be careful how you are categorizing.
No, but I'm quoting the Pope, the Catholic Pontiff. He said you are fighting terror. They are fighting terror with terror.
The Pope has his own problem with gay people already. So let him...
I don't know.
Don't stick your neck out.
But it's unfortunate that we have to walk on eggshells when commenting on this Israel issue.
We have to
walk on eggshells.
No, we don't have to.
Who said that?
No.
Because said that?
Nobody. I trust you, Mr.
Yes.
Who said that? Nobody said. I just said.
No. Let's just look at it.
That's the safe thing to do.
Okay, that's what you are advocating. Let's look at the foreign newspapers quickly. The Times of London Rwanda bill is doomed, says Jenrick as he quits. Yes, the immigration minister, Robert Jenrick, has quit the Rishi Sunak government.
But they have signed the treaty?
Yes, there's a legislation they are putting in place to make it difficult for anybody to challenge the new law.
That's right.
But
they have signed the treaty.
He's saying that that law in itself is doomed, and is likely to lead a right-wing rebellion against Rishi Sunak.
But they have signed a treaty, 2 nations.
Yes.
And Parliament, okay, sorry.
Matters are rising as we work our way to the election next year. Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo Shoboale, Mr. Emmanuel Afeni. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
To listen in on your analysis.